Verse 129, Paul's words, though written to the people at Philippi in this instance, are doctrine for the church age. With this in mind, it would be ultra, mega, hyper fantabulous for Christians to stop tearing verses out of their intended context in order to justify a prosperity gospel, and to keep Paul's writings as the main guide of their church age doctrine. This is especially so with verses like the one we now come to. How marvelous it would be if professing Christians would set aside the goofy, put away the self-centered, and assimilate truths which are intended to help us through times of trial, not claim their way out of them. And if you've been in the projects over the past 15 years with us, actually 16 years, you know that people have come and joined us and they have claimed prosperity over people that are actually suffering. They've claimed prosperity over people that don't have a dime, and they have no way of making a dime, because if they do, they'll be kicked out of the projects where the government gives them money to stay in the projects. And so they're claiming these things. All that does is it harms these people, and it harms the faith of those people. What you need to do is teach those people how to get out of those circumstances, not claim their way out of it, which will never happen in a million years. Okay? And you can go to churches all over America, and they're claiming things every single Sunday. They're doing it every week when they have their whatever other day of the week services. And it's a real shame. It's a real shame, because the first thing I'll say is that when you claim something in Jesus' name, that's presumptuous. And I'm talking about things that are not in the Bible. I'm talking about health and prosperity and healing and all of these things that the Lord may give you. He may give those to you, and he may not. Okay? There are many of wonderful Christians out there in the world that don't have a nickel in their pocket. And you're just harming people by having that type of thing put out there in the world. But we'll go on from there. Within the within the past few days, before analyzing this verse, a prosperity gospel church in Nigeria collapsed and destroyed 160 lives. They were not able to claim their way out of that mess, and they will all stand before God and give an account of what they believed and what doctrine they adhered to. And once again, that was a prosperity church. If you can claim anything, you can certainly claim yourself into prosperity and health and all that in the church itself, but instead the church collapsed. So this is a real crime that people perpetrate against their congregations. But by telling people easy messages, by telling them that they're going to get rich if you give him money or something like that, they are giving people a false hope. And they're also robbing people of their livelihood. So the entire thing is, it's perverse, okay? That's one thing you're not going to hear here. I'm never going to tell you that you're going to be wealthier, that you're going to be, I will tell you this. I will tell you that if you have 2 hands and 2 feet and you need money, you should be out looking for jobs. There's plenty of money out there to be made. There's plenty of work for people to have if you are willing to simply work, okay? You will hear me say that.